Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to
Mind, Body Stuff.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Bernice.
And we're back with another episode of
Mind,
Body
Stuff. Woo!
So, how are you guys doing today?
How's the weather where you're at?
Maybe cold still.
Maybe cold if you're listening to it when this is released.
Yeah, it's cold here. It's good. It's winter. You know I love this, though, because it makes me feel like it's a real winter.
I loved the other day when we had this huge windstorm and it was snowing and I was like, we don't have to do anything.
Oh, it does make you feel like you can kind of just go inside.
Oh, yeah. And you're not,
up.
I don't even feel guilty because it's kind of like we're in a natural disaster.
Yeah, we got on the interstate and went driving up to the ski hill, which is like an hour and 40 minutes away. We got maybe like an hour into the drive and then decided to turn around.
Yeah, I was funny because I talked to you because we had a tree fall down in our yard and crush our neighbors' cars, by the way. But so Kaylee's like, we're going to go skiing at Discovery. And I'm like, wow, okay. But then I did hear that it wasn't bad.
No, we called them twice. They were like, literally, it's so calm up here.
Yeah, but
it was the roads.
I did hear that I-90 was pretty darn bad.
Yeah, so we went on a road trip. But you know what I got out of it?
What?
I got a nap.
In the car?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did the kids fall asleep?
One of them did. Two of them did, maybe. But I slept.
But you slept.
And that was important because I get unpleasant when I haven't slept.
She does.
I get quite unpleasant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then I was like a new person after
And then
my
you were
nap.
like, oh, that was what it was meant to be. The drive was meant to be.
Yeah, it was a dangerous nap, but it was good.
But I felt refreshed anyway.
Anyways, sorry.
Anyways, we digress again.
As we often do. You know,
we have to tell our producer, Julie, don't get upset, Julie, that we're digressing.
It's okay. And you know what? One thing we were going to talk about today, which was like the double negative. Not only doing something negative, but then beating yourself up for it.
Yes.
So you kind of have this double thing. Mm-hmm. But we decided that was too heavy of a topic. And we've been talking a lot about ourselves lately, which Bernice brought up, which is good. Thank you for making note of that. I
just want a little balance.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a break.
No.
I need a break from us. I need a break from us, too.
I need a break from me.
I need a break from me. But what we need to not do is digress, but then also beat ourselves up for digressing.
Good point.
So anyways, that was going to be a topic. We covered it in 45 seconds instead. If you do something, don't beat yourself over it. Beat yourself up over it.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. No, because obviously
then it becomes a double thing.
Right, you're like double shaming yourself.
Don't double shame.
It's like anything. I have anxiety. Well, you can't. I'm like, well, I do.
So then it's a anxiety, and then you get mad at yourself for having anxiety.
Exactly.
So it's like a bam, bam.
And then I'm like, I have to get rid of it.
Yeah, so
only good people get rid of this stuff.
So only good people don't digress. Well, guess what? Who cares?
Everybody,
we digress.
Everybody digresses.
We digress. This podcast is obviously a lot of digression. It's us.
Digression.
And this is us.
This is me. What's the word when you have indigestion? Us with indigestion.
No. Acid reflux. You eat it and then it comes back up again. And then it goes down again. And it feels really uncomfortable.
That's digression.
Again.
And again.
Digression. Did you hear that? Digression.
A double die. A double die will do ya.
So I was going to let my segue be, this is me, but you didn't catch on to it. No, I know. I thought you were going to grab that. When you do things like this, or even when you host things as we do with a partner, you're always looking for your partner to give you those transition words so that you can move into the next direction you need to get into. And so you get really excited when your partner sets you up for the transition, or when the conversation naturally goes to a place that gets you where you need to go to next.
Yes.
It's a really exciting thing. Don't you feel that?
Oh, yeah, because it feels so smooth.
You're like, yes, she did it. Thank you.
So smooth.
Anyways, I tried to do it for you with This Is Me, but it's okay.
Oh, we can do it again.
We'll do it again. So, anyways, this is me.
Yes.
Oh, you don't even know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, she has no idea how I want to transition.
No.
Okay, this is a poorly planned.
She's saying this is a
poorly
really
planned
good song.
podcast. No, what I'm saying is we're transitioning. Our podcast topic today is all about playlists and how we create playlists, how we pick songs.
Oh, yeah.
So I set you up with the song. Let's try it again.
But I was still focusing on the me topics.
No, but we're transitioning. I know, but
I'm
away from the me.
I'm stuck in the me.
We're moving on to podcasts.
I am me.
Not podcasts. We're moving on to playlists. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Buckle up and grab a drink because you're going to need it to follow, to even follow.
Let us digress.
Let us digress.
Let's segue into
well, we wanted to talk about playlists today because
people have expressed interest.
And I feel like we've touched on this a bit. We haven't. I don't think we've had a podcast exclusively focused on how we build our playlist, how we pick the songs, how they go in the order that they do, what that whole process looks like. I know we've talked about OULA as storytelling and doing all that, but I think what we're going to do in this podcast is just talk about the process from start to finish.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So basically, one way that we think about the playlist, we're talking about a playlist, not a podcast, a playlist. One thing that we think about in terms of a playlist is, yes, the physical intensity. We want to start with a warm up. We build up the cardio. We get into our highest cardio. Then we have a bit of conditioning, and then we cool it down. So that's just kind of on its most basic physical form. But what's more exciting and what's more important to actually the bigger vision and purpose of OULA is for our playlist to be a way to storytell and also to help us and our participants experience our own stories through music and movement and connection. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I totally agree with that. It has, in our playlists, help us tell the stories that we want to tell.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that feel communal.
Mm-hmm. And they can be our story. They can be a storyline. They can be, it could be a story that that deals with current events or topics that are happening maybe in our community or our country or whatever. Oftentimes when there's a big tragedy, we tailor our playlist to honor and to heal and to kind of send energy or just even to give people a space to process both physically, emotionally, in community, whatever's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how do we do that then? So, I want to talk about the emotions. I want to talk about the elements. We need to talk about top 10. So I think those are maybe the three main ways that we figure out how do we even pick a song, how do we pick the choreography, and where do we put it into this playlist?
How does it fit into the playlist?
So
exactly.
So we have what is called, so this is kind of the bones of our playlist is what we call the top 10. So the top 10 songs are the 10 most recently choreographed songs by OULA Fitness. So every single Friday, OULA Fitness puts out a new choreographed song that all of the instructors, regardless of where they live, how often they teach, yada, 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 they're required to put in the new song each week. So the purpose of this is that it creates community. It creates a sense of consistency among our program and among our among the program.
Our participants, because what we were finding is folks all around the world will be dancing to this same song, which becomes really, you start thinking of it psychically in terms of community building. And it gives you, because before when we started years and years and years ago, people were just putting in whatever song they wanted, and it was brand new, and so there was only a handful of songs or 100 songs to pick from. But now, as we've progressed and grown,
I mean, there's literally almost 500 songs.
500 songs. So then you could see what was happening is we were having people from Pennsylvania, let's say, go take a class in Los Angeles, and so we needed that consistency.
Yes,
for our participants to be able to go wherever they need to go because they love their OULA so much, and we'll see that on the community page where people will be posting, "Hey, Boise, I'm coming in from, Florida, and I want to see, I want to take a class."
Yeah.
So how wonderful to have those 10 recurring songs in the playlist so people can hop right in no matter where you are.
And a playlist has 16 songs, so it's not like the playlists are going to be exactly the same wherever you go, but you know that about 2/3 of the playlist is going to be what you're dancing to in your local studio or gym or at home if you do the online classes. And so this is an important piece. So like I said, a playlist has 16 songs. A new song comes out every Friday. And so then what we do at OULA, so it's, so Bernice and I, then we decide, okay, so what song are we going to release this week? Well, first of all, we think about what is that 10th song that's falling out of the playlist, because the 10th song gets booted out, a new one comes each week. So let's say, just to keep things simple, let's say the warm up is going out. So we know that we need to pick a warm up that is going to replace the old one. And then not only can we just think about, okay, we need a warm up, but we have to think about the other songs that have designated spots in the playlist. So if we have a bunch of songs that go at the beginning of our playlist that are super light and peppy and maybe just kind of like lighthearted, we can't have a new warm up that is like super intense or super like emotional or like has this kind of like I don't know, like even like a worldly vibe or something. It's just not gonna fit, because we have to be able to get from one song to the next. So when we're picking our song each week, we have to think about what are the other top 10 songs and how do we work this new song into this top 10, because we and our instructors don't have the freedom to just say, oh, I'm not going to teach this song anymore if it's still in the top 10. So we have to understand, oh, we can't have a super peppy beginning and then add this super intense song as a warm-up. It's just not going to work. So that's probably the first consideration. Is
like a puzzle piece.
It's a puzzle. We're constantly putting in a puzzle. And it's so frustrating. Like sometimes we'll write out to the community page, like, you guys, send us what you're listening to. What do you want in the playlist? And you guys send awesome songs, but sometimes they just don't fit with what we need or what we have to work with. And so, like, for example, there's like, I love this song right now, East Side, but I can't use it because it's got this like sexy vibe. In the end of our playlist, it doesn't feel sexy. The end of our playlist feels more emotional right now. And so there's no way that we could get from like Flower in the Gun, like to then a sexy song.
You can change the world.
And now we're going to touch each other. It just doesn't really work.
Yeah, it would send you all off base. Like you'd be like, I'm changing the world. Yes. And then you're like, and then you're going to have sex. And it's like, wait a second.
Hold on. How did we get there?
I feel like I'm not focused on that right now.
Yeah. I'm not really in the mood. Thanks for the offer, though.
I'm actually out changing the world, sort of campaigning, asking for help, seeing if we can do something differently. I'm not ready to touch my body. Which are the things we talk about when we're trying to think of these songs. Yeah. What songs we're going to use.
So there may be an amazing song out there that comes out, this week. We like to use the current songs as they come out. We listen to New Music Friday playlist on Spotify. That's where I get a lot of ideas for what to use, but sometimes they just don't work, and that is unfortunate. But we can't throw in a weird one, because then our instructors cannot figure out where to put it in their playlist.
How to make it work.
It's hard. So that's one of the factors when picking a new song. Another factor is, and we call this the domino theory. So what we want to do is put together a playlist that follows a story, that tells a story, and that is believable both in our minds and in our bodies. So, for example, let's say we have a really sexy song, and what I always tell people, especially at trainings, is like, when you put on a song, close your eyes and just imagine, okay, what is the scene? Like, is it nighttime? Is it daytime? Like, what am I wearing? Who am I with? Am I inside? Am I outside? So let's say we have a super sexy song and you're like, oh yeah, it's nighttime. I'm in the club. It's dark. It's like sexy. There's no way that you could put a song after that is like really emotional, or that is really or even has this like really uplifting world vibe,
like
which
connection or something would be hard. I
or
think.
like, yeah, connection, where the vibe is like, it's just so different than you're like, wait a minute, it was just the nighttime and I was in this club. Now, why is it daylight and there's like sunshine
I'm like
and
a dark
roses
club
and I'm like
slapping someone on the bottom.
Yeah, and
or
now
something.
I'm like dancing through a field of daisies. Like, it's not going to work.
You get totally jolted because you don't even think, you are in your mind, you're being a character. Mm-hmm. Or you're feeling the character if you're not the character.
Right.
And so it's so hard to be like, here I am in the dark, sexy club. And now I'm in like the Sound of Music.
Exactly.
Running through the field or something.
Exactly. So we want our minds, our hearts, our bodies. We want all of this to really flow. We want to be able to feel as if this is taking us on a journey. Mm-hmm. And so that's something that we consider also when we put together these playlists. And so the way that we get from one song to the other, like I mentioned, is the domino theory. So let's say we have this super sexy song, and we ask our instructors to pick 2 adjectives that would describe the song. So let's say the 2 adjectives that someone would use to describe like the song Yes, because that's like a super sexy song. So what 2 words would you pick, B, for that?
Sexy.
And?
Empowering?
Yeah, I'd say like girl power.
Girl power, yeah. Because I feel real like, I'm in charge. I'm at the club and I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Or I'm at a concert in that one or something. Like
somewhere. But there's a sexy vibe.
When they say go to the back room or wherever you go. What's that called?
The VIP room?
I'm in the VIP. They invited me to the back room.
Yeah, they did. I'm sure they did.
So I love that. Sexy.
So sexy and
girl
like
power.
Girl power. So that means the next song that you put after Yes has to either be described as sexy or girl power. So maybe after Yes, so for a while when they were both in the playlist, then after Yes we were putting Joan of Arc a lot, because that also has that girl power. It's got sexy, but what Joan of Arc could then do for us was transition us from the sexy songs, and you link it up with girl power, and then Joan of Arc could then start to transition us into a different style, a different sound, a different genre. It could move the story into a different direction. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how we put our playlist together. I'm going to talk about the elements too right now, because that's a big piece of this. That's like super like behind the curtain type of thing. I don't think a lot of our instructors even think about playlists like this, but I definitely do. So we always think about our playlist in groups of 4 songs. So if a playlist has 16 songs, we think about 4 different sections of 4 songs. So the way that I like to think about this is each section is related to a different one of the 4 elements. So earth, water, fire, and air. So if you think about then bringing the chakra system into this, we start with the root chakra, which is located at the base of the spine, and the element that is associated with the root chakra is earth. So we think about the first 4 songs in our playlist being this earth element. So oftentimes, people will be like running in from work, or they'll have, just been whatever. We have no idea where these people are coming from
their day, their activities of the day.
Yeah, to get to class. But chances are they've been more probably in their head than in their bodies. They've been driving around, they've been working, they've been doing whatever they need to do to get to that class. So the first 4 songs, it sets the tone. It brings us into our body. The earth element is also just very much related to just the body, just becoming embodied. The earth element, feeling that sense of place. So we take a little bit of time to warm up, to get into our bodies, and we set the tone. So, for example, right now, the tone of our class, we start off with Treat Myself by Meghan Trainor. So we start with this like uplifting, really like, self-love, self-care, body positive warm-up. And then right now we have a lot of these like positive songs that follow Treat Myself. So we're setting the tone, getting into the body.
And don't you love that? I love the idea of it's like welcoming someone home.
Yeah, I love that.
Because I feel like even when I start a class myself as an instructor, those first 4 songs kind of bring me into the place.
Yes.
Because I'm worried about how I'm going to teach, or I'm worried about something else. And those first 4 songs help me welcome myself to the home and to welcome the participants. Like, we're safe.
I love that.
We're home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And here we go. Let's just take a little bit of time now to start.
Yes.
Which I really, really appreciate. It would be hard for me to go into like, yes.
Well, you can't. You could literally never start a playlist with yes. Physically, yes, but physically, I mean, no. No, you couldn't. It's too intense to just start a class and have everyone slapping the floor.
Drop down.
But also, they're just not ready yet.
No.
It's like you need a little foreplay before you get to yes.
And I need to be welcomed. Like, you're okay. Here's your foreplay.
There you go.
I like you. And I'm like
you.
Oh, you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Okay. Good.
Right. So yes, the first 4 songs get you into your body, welcome you into your body or your home, thinking about the body as a home. Those are the first 4 songs. The second 4 songs, those songs are associated with the element of water. Water is associated with the second chakra, which is located around the hip area, so between the navel and the pubic bone. So obviously where our hips are, our reproductive organs, and that's where you're going to get the most sexy songs. They all kind of land right in there because we're moving up the body. We started at the base of the spine. Now we're moving up. We're moving into water. Water element is also about creativity, about relationships, about sexuality, sensuality. And so yes, this is where you would see a song like yes, because you notice that obviously that's kind of the tone of the song. We don't just jump right into those songs. Like we said, we've got to ease into it.
Mm-hmm. And that sexuality part too is like, so you're welcomed home into this space, into your body. And then we go into you. So you're feeling safe. And now you're willing to kind of explore in kind of a safe way, your sexuality, I feel like.
Oh, for sure.
And it's also playful. It feels still somewhat lighthearted to me. Like even when we do the girl power songs, I still feel like I'm not angry girl power. I'm more like, yeah, like I'm going to buy my own ring, or you know what I mean? It's almost that feeling of I feel safe. Now I'm going to explore my sexuality in this safe space.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And
the hip movements, like what a great way. We start grounded. We introduce the hip, which is that loosening of that part of the body before we ask it to start doing a bunch of other stuff.
Like what?
Like the jumping or the, you know what I mean? Like the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
The fire is coming. So then the other stuff, we move into the element of fire. So fire is located, or it's associated with the solar plexus chakra, which is located right kind of like your gut. So it's like, it's like your gut instinct, it's your willpower, it's determination. It has a lot of action behind it. So this is the most intense, both physically and emotionally, section of our playlist. So you're going to notice a lot of the songs actually have the word fire or the fire or this like lash out. We had flames. We have, this is that really intense part of our playlist that asks the question of like, not only the element fire, but songs like Whatever It Takes. So it's like questioning your willpower. It's asking you to step up and to step into your power, to really draw on your reserves. This is also, like we said, the most physically challenging part of the playlist. So I think it really drives home that like you're finding your fire.
You're pushing yourself.
You're showing yourself that you can do hard things, that you can do this. So that is the third section of the playlist. It's also kind of, if you're thinking about it in terms of the story, it's the climax of the story. You're feeling all of this conflict. You're understanding like, this is, these are all the things that need to be released, that need to be burned in the fire.
all these things are coming up for you too, because you've kind of worked, you were welcomed home, you felt your sexuality, your movement. Now you're kind of feeling all the emotions that are linked behind all those feelings that you're sort of starting to release. And that's when you just feel it kind of bubbling up in you. You feel like this is the time I'm going to explore them. Dive into them. Can I work with them? You have all those encouraging songs like exploring, this is me. Can I do it? Whatever it takes.
I am here. Whatever it takes. Machine. Believer.
Instigators.
Yeah. So do you guys see? It's like, it's this type of song that it makes you.
Everything is built up to this point too.
Yeah. This is the height. This is the climax. And then the 4 songs that follow, these songs are associated with the element air. Air is associated with the heart chakra, which is located at the heart. So if you notice, the end of our playlist has a lot of big heart opening movements. So a lot of times, if you guys think about the songs, there's many of them that have us like open up our arms and lift our chest and look up. These songs have often an airy quality to them, or a lot of movement that has like a wing-like motion. If you guys have noticed that, a lot of things feel like breathy and wing-like,
flying,
and flying, and even like using the breath as part of the movement. You'll see that a lot.
Kind of a cleansing,
and the focus really is usually on love in some way, self-love or love for another. Like our last cool down was Collide, and that was all about being truly seen and loved by another person. Our playlist right now, I'm Still Here, it has a lot more of this celebration of self, about fighting against the past, or understanding that, at times our past still creeps into our psyche or into our life, but there's this celebration for overcoming that and for still being here, for still being alive. And so they can all have their own vibe and feel, but for the most part, they follow this elemental progression and storyline. When we think about the journey, we also want to think about that we're just hitting the majority of these human emotions. So we want to make sure that in this hour, we make people feel sexy. We make people feel lighthearted, playful, loving, powerful. All of these different, we give space for people to dance out their frustrations, their sadness,
their anger.
Yeah, we give this space for people to dance their emotions. So the whole emotions in motion piece. So we want to make sure we're covering the broad range of human emotions too, so that on any given day, whatever you're feeling or whatever arises has this space to be actually experienced and then released.
And it's so interesting how any given day can be very different.
Absolutely.
And it may be different than what you think it's going to be. Like you may come into a class and be like, yeah, I'm super angry today. I need to let that anger out.
Right.
And you'll start moving and dancing and listening to music and being communally encouraged, engaged. And suddenly you're like, actually, I feel a lot of love.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me many times where I'm like very sure, like I'm going to deal with, sadness.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's something completely different that arises from the movement of the body with the music and with each other.
Yes. Yeah. Or some days I'll be like, same thing. I'll be like, man, I feel super grumpy or angry today. I just really I need those angry songs to just get it all out. But then I'll be in class and be like, oh, I had no idea that what I really needed was to be silly.
Yes.
I just needed to kind of let it all go point. And realize the lightness
and just have fun.
Yeah. Just have fun.
Yes. I love also how the whole thing follows a movie.
Yeah.
Like how you would make a movie, because it's so interesting because of course in the beginning of the movie, it's just the intro. We're getting everyone used to what the movie's going to be about.
Yes.
Here's Kaylee. She's a character. Here's Bernice. She's a character. And here's their dog, John, whatever. And you introduce all the characters. Then you
What's going to happen to John?
Well, it's going to be a bad thing. Get ready. And then you move into the relationship part, which is kind of the sexual part. Now, it doesn't have to be sexual in every movie, but it's almost like how people are.
And it's not just about sexual. The second chakra has to do with relationships.
There you go.
It's like a relationship thing.
And that's what happens in
between
the movies.
Masculine, feminine, between light, dark, heavy, soft, all these things. You start to feel this like relationship at play.
That's very interesting and good, because that's exactly what happens in movies, whether you're doing it with a pet, whether you're doing it with
if you're into that
as
sort
a bank
of thing.
robbery. You're starting to see the relationships.
Sorry, John.
He was a great golden retriever, though.
No, don't make him a golden retriever.
And even if it's a bank robbery, you start seeing the relationships between the characters, right? You start being like, oh, that's how Kaylee relates to John, or that's how Liam Neeson relates to so-and-so. And then you have the climax. Something happens. We rob the bank. John the dog gets lost, whatever it is.
They hold him hostage.
Yes. And they're like, where's John? Oh my gosh, we can't find him. The temperatures are cold. What will we do? But you already have a feeling and connectedness to the dog, John, right? Then you have the resolution, which at the end is like whether we found John or John passed. Then we have to process all those emotions that come with the resolution with what we've all learned in that movie.
Right.
And that's how our playlist works too. It's really pretty cool if you think about it, in terms of even bringing it down to the simple elements. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, there's so many different ways to think about the OULA playlist. And, like we said, you're going to connect with different parts of it at different day. But what we want to do is we want to give space or provide an experience that each individual can experience that full range of emotion and motion. So obviously the physical aspect of all of this is super important too. But the choreography is all created to make us, this is what I repeat over and over at training. The entire purpose of the movement is so we can more fully experience the music. So when we create choreography, it's so that we can experience the music. So we create this synergy between the message of the song, between the body, so the mind, the body, the heart, everything is coming together to create this synergy so that we can fully experience that music. So a lot of times you'll notice that the lyrics are matching up with the type of movements we're doing. I think that hopefully for those of you who do OULA out there, our online studio, every single week I've been doing this recording of like the why behind the choreography, or if there's a tricky move, we'll break down a move too, but explaining like, okay, this is the song and this is what we are interpreting from it and what we want to bring out in the choreography. So giving meaning to why we have chosen the moves that we've chosen, but it really is to go along with what is that song about? What is why? I mean, we can't always answer this question, but why did this artist create this song? Like, what is their message that they're putting out into the world? And how can we embody that message? How can we be a part of that message through our movements?
And that movement link helps me so much because, as we've talked about before, I have a hard time just listening to songs in the background because I immediately get pulled into the song.
Right.
If it's a happy song, a sad song, whatever, I go right, and then I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Like Kaylee will be talking to me, and then they'll be like, turn the music off, because I'm just like, I'm sad. I'm alone on a beach somewhere. It's super windy and cold. It's like, no, you're not. You're in the office.
You're in the office, and
you're okay, and it's just a song. But when we put the movement, for me anyway, to it, I can experience that, but I can release it too, which is a weird thing. I don't have to just get kind of like, I feel like I can't get out of it. Yes.
Well, this is kind of like a side note, but the song that I used for Shavasana in OULA 1 today, it's this song, and then they overlaid Ram Dass talking, and he's talking about our negative thoughts and loving our negative thoughts and just being a witness to the thoughts, and knowing that even the negative thoughts are still part of the greater soul, and the soul is all love. And so loving your negative thoughts but being witness to them. And I think that's exactly what you're talking about. It's like staying present for whatever you're experiencing. So you're experiencing it, but then also just releasing it. You don't have to become it.
Yes.
But you can just open up and create this space for it to be welcomed in this space, but you don't have to attach to it.
Yes, exactly.
So if you're like, I'm not an angry person. I don't want to dance to these angry songs, but you can still just be a witness to your angry thoughts without becoming an angry person.
Yes.
And so you can almost just dance for 3 minutes. It's not going to kill you. It's 3 minutes. Dance and give space to this emotion that, I am sorry, but every human being feels it from time to time. And if it isn't you personally on that day, then you can dance through the collective anger that there is and then release that. So it's just being witness and then release. You don't have to become it, but I think it's exactly what you're saying. It's experiencing it and releasing it simultaneously.
Yes, so you don't feel trapped in it.
Yeah, you're not stuck in it.
Yes.
But I think this also goes back to what we talk about so much about if we just take all of our shame or all of our negativity or our dark thoughts and we don't shine the light on them, they become scary. So we say, don't be afraid of your anger. Don't be afraid of your sadness. Don't be afraid of your grief. Bring it to the surface. Allow yourself to move through that with the music, with your body, with community, and then release it. And I think one of the most beautiful things about OULA as a healing art is that we make this process feel good.
Yes.
How often do you get to process your anger, process your grief, process your guilt, your sadness, all of these things that in normal life, you feel like they have this negative connotation, but we say, bring it to this space, bring it here, move it through your body. Don't keep it hidden in the dark closet of the basement of your body. Bring it to the surface, dance it, and then let it out of your body. And when you can do that to music with other people, it feels like it can be a process that feels good.
And it feels very safe.
And it feels safe. And that may sound scary to process this anger that maybe
with
have
others.
Built up for 20 years with others. But there's something magical that happens that it makes you just feel okay as a human being.
And it's that synchronized movement.
It's the synchronicity of all of that coming together. And you realize you're not alone in your shame. You're not alone in your grief. You're not alone in these things. Everyone else, every other human being experiences these things.
Yeah, and it's different. Like if I'm just telling you, I feel super ashamed of whatever, taping the pacifier to Everett's mouth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could feel really, just saying it to you makes it, it's almost like I'm reliving it, and part of me is not totally releasing it.
Sure.
But then if you said, let's put on this song and it's going to be about whatever, shame and releasing shame. And we start dancing to it.
Or like talk about your past, like we've all made mistakes.
We've all made mistakes. So then we have this, maybe we talk about a song like I'm Still Here.
Yes.
And she's saying, yeah, my past haunts me. It does haunt me. And she's not saying she's done.
Right.
Her song doesn't sound like it's like, and I'm done now. It's no longer haunting me.
Right.
You hear that she's struggling with it, but she has that's the last words. I'm still here, but I'm still here. I can do it. I can do it. You can do it.
Yep.
And we're doing it communally with movement.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it to you in a group.
Exactly.
I love that for me, then I have the safety. And let's say, it's different cultures too. Like some cultures don't like to look at each other.
Right.
It's just not part of their cultural paradigm.
Right.
But when we dance, we don't have to look at each other either.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? We can sometimes, and we do on those kind of fun and flirty songs.
Yes.
But sometimes on those internal songs, we're not.
No, we don't look at each other.
We're in the moment, but I do feel that everyone's with me.
Yeah. Or when when we have that huge moment in a song, I don't know exactly what it is you are releasing from within.
No.
I don't know what the other person next to me is releasing, but what I know is that it feels really good for us as a community to let go of that stuff and just release it together.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
It
and
feels
that group the verbalization,
group verbalization,
yes.
and group healing,
and group healing.
It's like amazing.
Because you guys, we're communal animals. We're social animals. We've talked about this before, but we're not meant to live alone in our little hovels.
Right.
That's why we get all kind of weird. Like, I think that's right. I think nobody does like me. It's like, well, have you talked to anybody today?
Yeah, good point.
And I'm like, not really, but I looked at my phone.
Right.
And my phone said maybe I was.
Right.
But then when we do this dance, when we do OULA together for that 1 hour, it's like, I'm not alone.
Yes.
And in order for us to get to all those emotions to that final release, you have to follow the playlist. Because you see, there's that whole building up to it. You can't just go like, okay, Bernice, well, let's just, I know you feel bad about your past.
So we're going to dance to I'm Still Here.
Right now.
Here we go.
Let's start. And I'd be like, I don't think so.
Right.
No.
Right.
One, I don't know you. One, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe with all these other people.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah.
But after doing all these other songs, now I do. Now I do.
Journeying up through the body, through the chakras, through the different emotions, then you can get there. What else was I going to say?
I threw you off base with my...
You threw me off, but it's okay. Oh, dang it.
Here
yes.
it comes.
Okay, I wish I could use my hands to show this, but so imagine like we want if you want to get back down to like the some sort of release. I guess it's hard to show this without my hands, but it's like Bernice is saying, we try to create these big energetic moments in class 2 that people have the opportunity to have like this big release. And so we also want to play on the ability to take people up, and then we bring people back down so that when all of that energy comes up again, it feels much more intense and strong because we've created these waves. Of energy. And so we also want to play not only on this big class curve, but these little waves that are happening within the songs. So you'll notice that we drop down or we do a very like, we won't cue, or the song is going to give us a moment of silence. And so we just hold that silence because the next thing that happens is this huge like, powerful scream release. And so we're also just playing on these energy waves, and that is so special. Those are my favorite moments in class, when you just feel everybody's energy just go down and then come back up, whoosh, and we feel that together. And I'm not a surfer, but I can imagine how it feels to hop on and take that wave for a ride.
Oh, it's the best feeling in the world.
But does it kind of feel like what happens in OULA when we all like
it
have
does,
this like
because
big moment
you're
together?
like working because you see the little wave is coming, the little the whatever it's called, the swell, and then you're like paddle, and then suddenly the swell picks you up.
Yes.
And then even if you don't stand up as a surfer, you don't have to do that. You can just lay on your board, and then you feel it just pushes you, and then you feel like you're flying for a little bit, and you're supported.
So cool.
By the water. The water's doing the work.
The water's doing the work.
And then and I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm flying. Just for this little while, I'm just free.
And I don't know if you guys have felt this, but sometimes in those really like for a masterclass, for example, when we have, I think last 3 weekends ago, we had like 75 people in the studio. Exactly what you're talking about, B, where it's like the water takes you. It's the energy of the group
of the humans
takes you.
Yes.
So masterclasses feel like literally the easiest classes. I feel like my body can do anything in those classes because it's not me who's physically having to do everything. What I'm able to do is I'm able to hop on that wave of energy that the entire group is creating together. And then it does have this sensation of flying. It's just this ease that comes with it. And so there's a lot of just energy work that's happening in an OULA class as well. And it is those moments of everyone just kind of everyone's energy going up together to have this big experience, and then that whoosh, that release. And that's why people, will often describe the way they feel as like emptied out after they leave, or we hear the word lighter, like, oh my gosh, I just feel so much lighter when I leave. And it's part of this energy work. It's not just the physical work, but it's this energy work that we're doing together too.
And next time, pay attention to your instructor, because you'll notice even with their voices, there'll be quiet times, they'll match the tone, there'll be louder times, so they'll be doing the waves with their voices.
Yes.
And notice the choreography, because that's the beauty of the choreography. There are these slow movements, and then sometimes they're intermixed with very staccato, fast movements. And that the body and the voice, the whole being then is getting into the wave, basically.
Exactly.
And it's a meditative process on top of it.
It's moving meditation. It truly is moving meditation.
Because once, that's the beauty again, I'll go back to the very beginning of the 10 songs. Because you've had a song in the playlist for 10 weeks. By the 10th week, most of us don't even need the instructor anymore.
Yes. Good point.
You don't even need the instructor. So then you are in your body with each other. You become you yourself, and then the whole group becomes an organism in and of itself.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of that 10-week process, for me anyway, because I love stepping back as the instructor, and then the class is the class.
Yes. Yes.
It's not like Jane,
I'm teaching you, and you are individuals, and you're my students, and I'm leading you through this choreography. No, it's like the energy of the group is just moving in harmony. Everyone is connected. It's beautiful.
And that's the beauty in those master classes, because you have the instructor, but you have 20 people that are just like, that know all the songs too that you're doing. So then even the people in the back are like, you don't even have to worry anymore about whether you see Jane in the front.
Right.
Because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just being carried.
I'm being carried
by this giant organism of people. I just love that.
I love it too. It's really cool.
Yeah, it really is.
So I hope that answers some of your questions about how this comes together, why we place a lot of importance on the choreography and teaching the top 10 and making sure our classes are consistent no matter where you go, because it's more than a physical workout. It's an energetic experience that we get to share together, and we don't even have to be in the same studio. We don't have to be in the same city. We are all dancing to the same songs together at the same time, and I think that there's something really powerful to that.
Oh, I just love that. Yes, a true moving meditation, a worldwide moving meditation.
Love that. And you can do moving meditation to songs like Yes, I Promise.
Oh, most definitely.
And one of the things that was really important to me when creating OULA was to have a mind-body practice that wasn't so serious, and to have a dance fitness class that wasn't just on the surface level or just about having a dance party. And so to be able to be able to use those really fun songs that we want to dance to, but understanding that there are so many more things at play. There's the chakra system, the elements, the connection with the other participants, the activation of this story, this journey, allowing people to feel sexy. All of this goes into just a sexy song. It's not just dancing to a sexy song. There's so much more to it, and it's fascinating to me, and it just continues to unfold. And I'm so grateful for you all, because you are the ones who allow us to do this work.
Yes.
So
without you, we wouldn't be doing this.
Right. It's such an honor.
And we love your comments. We've had a few every week, and for me, they just trigger me into like thinking about, it just gets more and more expansive.
Absolutely.
So super appreciative of the time that you take.
Let's dance together soon, either in studios. We're coming to
Minneapolis
this weekend, which was last weekend for you guys. And then we'll be in Portland, Maine. March 2nd and 3rd. We're going to be in LA, in Maine. In May. In May. We're kind of bebopping all around. So hopefully we can join you in dance somewhere soon.
Can't wait.
Bye.
Bye.